Rhubarb and ginger is the subject of today's Food for Thought. My name is Jodie Bunting. Welcome to today's daily health tip. So today we're going to be cooking a little bit of a ginger and rhubarb combo, and you can use this for on top of your porridge. You can have it as a dessert if you want it a little bit sweeter. I personally have it with my ice cream keto protein shake, but it's just fruit, basically, a fruit puree that you can have with yogurt or whatever you want to do it. I am batch cooking some today, so I'm going to use it over the next couple of days. Now, for those of you that saw, I think it was on This Morning the other day, they were talking about weight loss products out there. And basically the GP says, like, scientifically, the only thing that will speed up your weight loss is this. And that is ginger. So what we're going to do, I've got this piece of fresh ginger. I've got these from Chesterfield Market. I've got 4 of these sticks. I think it was just over £1. In Aldi, you can get 3 sticks of British rhubarb for 99p. And this is about 20-30p for a stick of fresh ginger. You can use ground ginger if you like, but it's nice to get the fresh stuff. So what we're going to do is make this. Now, the first thing, I've made my other 3 sticks because I know you don't want to be sitting around for a long time. So first of all, I've washed this, guys. So that's really important to wash your fruit before you eat it. Now, the next thing, don't get rid of the nutrients. So don't peel it. I don't want you to peel it. Just cut off the ends. So cut off those ends there. Now, again, you don't need to spend too much time actually cutting this because it will all boil down into a lovely little mixture. So just roughly chop that. There we go. So that is my 4 sticks of rhubarb in the pan. Now, this is the mistake that a lot of people make. They now add too much water. So per this amount, you actually only need 50 ml of boiling water. So I'm just going to get some boiling water here. And 50 ml, that is too much. So I'm just going to half that. So that is about 50 ml of boiling water. So I'm just going to add that into my rhubarb. And we are going to get that cooking up now. It should only take a few minutes. And while that's boiling off, we are going to prepare the ginger. Now, the best thing I learned from HelloFresh when I had it was how to peel ginger. Now, I forgot to get a teaspoon out. But if you get yourself a teaspoon and basically, a teaspoon helps you peel ginger. It's genius idea, and it really does bring off, look at that, again I'll do it for you, it really does bring off that skin perfectly. I prefer to do it over water, just so it's less messy, and you can also dip it in and see what's gone. And then what I'm going to do after that, you can see my rhubarb is boiling up already. What I'm going to do after this is I'm going to grate the ginger. So that's why I've got my grater here. So yes, tell me what you do with your rhubarb, guys. Tell me what you do with your ginger. What do you do to eat more ginger in your diet? This is why Asian dishes are kind of good, because you can add that lovely flavour of ginger without, it not tasting right. I personally don't like ginger with sushi, because you always get a little punnet of ginger with sushi. I just don't like that combination of fish and ginger. But give me any sort of dessert, and I really like that sweet flavour with a little bit of ginger. And again, a lot of stir fries, sweet and sours, obviously, if you throw a little bit of ginger in that, that's lovely. Right, so I've cleaned my bit of ginger. I might just do the whole thing. We've got time. So I'm just going to give this a little stir. I can see that's boiling up. Now, the reason you don't need a lot of water is if you've ever cooked rhubarb from fresh before, or actually any fruit, obviously fruit has got a high water content anyway, so you will see before your very eyes that will boil down nicely. So I'm just going to continue taking this, peeling the ginger. Welcome Kay, welcome Aaron to our live video. How are we doing this afternoon? Have we been enjoying any indoor activities yet today? I've just been to Costa with my mum for the first time. It was really busy, and we went to the Costa in Uttoxeter, which is one of the quieter ones as well. I still can't believe how nice this hack is, because I could see myself with a potato peeler doing this for ages, but as I said, just a teaspoon, because its shape and its strength just gives you that leverage to do this correctly. If you ever need to peel a potato and you haven't got a potato peeler, that would also be my top tip. Hi Margaret, welcome to the live video. We're just making some ginger and rhubarb here today. Right, I'm just going to finish off these last little bits. I'll give that another stir. So that's stirring along nicely. You can see that is breaking down a little bit now as well in my pan. The reason I really love ginger, reason I really love rhubarb, by the way, is not only is it really low in calories, it's also really low in carbs as well. As you know, a lot of fruit has got a lot of sugar in it, a lot of carbs in it, but rhubarb is officially the lowest carb and the lowest calorie fruit you can get. Obviously that's why it's not very sweet, but obviously it gives you some lovely flavours, which is important. And this is the good thing about eating this sort of fruit in the morning. Obviously your taste buds are quite reactive to taste first thing in the morning. So you don't need something over sweet. This is where I really love eating just strawberries first thing in the morning, because as you know, a lot of strawberries, they aren't that sweet, but when you eat them first thing in the morning, wow, they actually taste really sweet. Right, I'm just going to cut that end. Now I've washed it, I've seen a few other bits that I need to just move. Right, how's my rhubarb getting on there? Right, so there's my piece of ginger. Here's my rhubarb. Sweating off nicely, as they say. And then now, I'm just going to grate my ginger in the grater. I'll do it down here so I can do it faster. Now the good thing about grated ginger, especially when you have rhubarb, it's a nice consistency which will actually mix in and complement quite well. You know, even if you're having stir fries and you've got a lot of stringy veg, again it will complement well. If you're having in a smoothie, you'd probably prefer just to throw it in and have it smoothed up. You wouldn't need to grater it. If you don't like really hard, if you wanted to use less ginger, you could obviously use a small grater. But that's actually grated really nice and literally took me, how long? 30 seconds? That was quick. So there I have my fresh ginger, and what I'm going to do is just slam that straight in. So again, the rhubarb not only are going to absorb that flavour, but those textures will mix. For those of you who've never had fresh ginger, it is quite hot, guys, so if you do like hot and spicy, then you will like ginger in your fruit. I know with my mum, she bought some fresh ginger and ended up throwing away because she was like, what do I do with it? So this is why I thought I would make this video, to show you guys exactly what you should be doing with your fresh ginger. You can actually add it to anything. Right, I'm just going to wash my hands. That's why hopefully you're not watching my rhubarb burn. Oh dear, I was a bit harsh with that. Right, I'm just going to add a little bit more hot water. So I don't want it to burn. So I've just added a tiny little bit hot water. To be honest, when I normally make it with 50 mils of water, it's only 3 sticks, but I've got 4 sticks of rhubarb today. And one of them was quite large, so this is why I've just added a little bit more water. Ginger is obviously water based as well, so this is why I wasn't going for 50 grams, but I just didn't add it quick enough. It was just going to burn. And nobody likes burnt fruit, do they? We don't want to be having that. Welcome Jodie, welcome Fiona to our live video. You join me today making some fresh rhubarb and ginger. So in this pan, I've literally, before your very eyes here on Facebook Live, I've chopped and boiled off with 50 mils of water the rhubarb, added a big stick of fresh ginger. Now, if you were just going to have this on its own, it might be a little bit bitter now. As I said, if you want to add it to porridge or yogurt, something like that, then it will be fine as it is. If you want to make it a little bit sweeter, I'm adding some of my natural plant extract called Stevia, which is like super sweet. So sweet, it comes with a droplet, so you only add, so you don't add too much. If you were to throw a bit of that in, then too sweet. So we literally need just a couple of droplets. I'm just going to wait for it to break down a little bit. But you can see, if you have a look at that consistency now, you can see it is breaking down, look. You think we had a tiny little bit of water in there. Oh, it smells amazing. Now I've put the ginger in there, it really does smell great. Now again, this is the secret with rhubarb. You do need to watch it because my mum has burnt her rhubarb many times, so this is why it's good to stand over it. And if you look at the consistency that it's going to, it's basically all going into a bit of a mush. So you don't really need to, I don't think you need to, A, you don't need to waste your time on peeling it, and secondly, as I said, it's got all the fibre in that skin of the rhubarb, so you definitely don't need to waste your time peeling it. Now, if you were making a crumble, for instance, you probably wouldn't want to cook it more than that now, because obviously with a crumble, or if you like your big pieces of rhubarb, you probably want to stop cooking it now. But because I'm going to have it as like a little bit of a rhubarb compote, I am cooking it a little bit more. And while that cooks, let's add our sweetener now, so our stevia. And as I said, I'm literally going to add a tiny little bit. You basically, you think about you having a cup, you have 4 to 6 droplets per cup, if you're having a cup of tea or something. So I'm going to have 3, as if I was having 3 cups. So 6, 12, so about 18 little droplets in there, mixing that all in. And the good thing about using a natural sweetener, I don't prefer to use anything, but because naturally this is not going to be sweet at all, it's nice to give it a little bit in things like this where you really need it. Obviously when you buy rhubarb, eat rhubarb in the summer, it is naturally a lot sweeter, but when you're eating it this time of year, you might need a little bit of natural sweetener. Obviously if you're not calorie counting or you've got calories spare, then I actually add maybe a little bit of honey, a little bit of real sugar. Obviously health wise, honey would be your best one. Maybe drizzle it over the top right at the end, so you don't need to have too much. Stevia has got a little bit of an aftertaste, by the way, for you guys who have tried it. Although it's a natural product, it has got a little bit of a weird aftertaste. I don't mind it personally, but I know some of you out there don't like it. So again, this is where using a little bit of honey or a little bit of real sugar. My sugar fact, 1 teaspoon of sugar is only 17 calories, guys. So I know everybody thinks sugar is the demon, and carbs and sugar are the demon, but if you use it with something healthy like this and you're using just a teaspoon, it's really not that bad. Right, we're nearly done. I'm just going to wait until I get rid of those big bits. Obviously, if you wanted to make it faster, you could cut your rhubarb into smaller pieces, and that will be done there. But as I said, it's literally just a couple of extra minutes for those big chunks to disappear. Oh yes. Now maybe I'll do the taste test while this is going to be really hot. I'm going to have to blow this before I try to give it you. So let's get a little bit out and I'll blow it. Look, so this is the consistency you're looking for. That is a lovely rhubarb, but you can see it's steaming. Steaming hot. You can see dripping off the spoon is the rhubarb, and you've got that lovely ginger mixed in. There's literally 3 or 4 pieces which I haven't broken down, so I'm just going to manually do that, and then I'm literally done. Let's give this a go. That's sweet now. Oh, that's got a real kick to it. So again, if you have this with yogurt, oh wow, that would be such a great combination, because you've got the bitterness of the yogurt with the sweet kick of the ginger and the rhubarb. Right, heat off. Give it one more final stir. Let me eat the rest of this. And voila. That was, in just a few minutes, fresh ginger and rhubarb ready to top your porridge, yogurt, or whatever you want to do with it, made in a couple of minutes. Super healthy, guys. Enjoy your Monday evening. I'm going to do boot camp tonight, our new class, and I'll be back tomorrow, Facebook Live at 8 AM with our daily workout. Thank you for joining me. See you again live tomorrow at 8.